Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's Food Experience, the kind folks at OutOfAir sent me an assortment of vacuum sealing bags. They have some top-notch, high-quality vacuum sealing bags, I'll say. I've bought other brands over the years through Amazon, and they're just not as good as these. These are thicker, better quality. Each bag has a place where you could write the contents on. No more have to worrying about tape to put on the bag and then write something. Even though I don't really organize it that way, I usually go for like a week at a time, so I don't have like too much freezer space. But nonetheless, for a lot of people who do that like to prepare things ahead of time, this is going to be great. They sent me a bunch of different sizes, including this 8-inch by 100-foot roll that has a cutter built in, an 11-inch by 100-foot roll that also has a built-in cutter, pint-sized bags 6 inches by 10 inches, quart-sized bags 8 inches by 12 inches, and these are Ziploc. Lastly, this box, which has two 25-foot rolls, one that is 8 inches wide and the other is 11 inches wide. Make sure to look in my description. I will have a link back to OutOfAir where you could purchase them and at a discount price via my code. I think it only lasts for like a month or something like that, so get on it. If you have a vacuum sealer, you know you're going to need extra bags, and OutOfAir is the way to go. I have some vacuum sealing examples I'm going to go through, and without further ado, here we go. I like to buy these 2.5 pounds of hickory smoked bacon. For 20 bucks, it's a great deal and good quality bacon. For this bacon, I'm using the 100-foot roll, 8-inch wide. I really like this idea because it's a 100-foot roll and it has a built-in cutter. What I like doing is using 6 strips of bacon, cut them in half, vacuum seal them, and freeze them. The night before I plan on using the bacon, I take it from the freezer and move it to the refrigerator. Works out really good that way and keeps the bacon fresh. And I'll start with that. Here's the 100-foot roll, and it's really easy to make whatever size you want. Just pull it out and cut it just like that. Now that I have the appropriate size cut, I need to seal one of the ends. And it's cool, they also give you a place to write on in case you want to put the date and what you're storing. Over to the vacuum sealing machine. And with this, you just need to put it past the heating element, close it up, and press manual seal. And there we go, folks. I have a nice double seal. I'll do the rest off camera. Put the bacon in and vacuum seal. There we go. Bacon is vacuum sealed. Very nice job indeed. I love the way this machine works. It has the double seal. Everything is so perfectly tight in there. These bags are definitely better than the regular ones I was using that I bought online. Definitely a bit thicker, and they do a wonderful job at keeping everything sealed. There we go, folks. I now have 4 bags of perfectly sealed bacon. Now they're going into my freezer. I have a couple of bacon-wrapped hot dogs with grilled onions and habaneros. Now I think with these, it's going to be best to roll it up with parchment paper. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. But for my application, where I'm going to use a heated lunchbox and sous vide this thing, I think it's a great idea. You want to get that nice and tight. There we go. So I have 2 of them ready for vacuum sealing. I'll be using the OutOfAir 8-inch by 100-foot roll. I trimmed it down to this size. Hopefully I could fit both of these hot dogs in the same bag. That would be optimal. Oh yeah. Over to the vacuum sealer. I'm going to cancel it there. I don't want them to get too smushed up. And I'll do a manual seal. Very nice job indeed. I definitely feel that the bag has formed to the hot dogs, and these are going to be great. I'm going to take them to lunch, use them in my electric lunchbox, and bring them back to temperature. For my next example, I baked a bunch of cookies. Some of them got a little bit more extra done. That's okay, those are crispy, and the ones up front are soft. The one to the left, well, I'm going to be eating that in a minute or two, so I won't be sealing that one. I've already devoured quite a few. For this example, I'll use the OutOfAir Ziploc bag and load all the cookies in. I'll set it on gentle pressure and a vacuum seal. There we go. Ignore the burnt cookies. Like I said, those are going to be crunchy. But yeah, it did a great job. None of the cookies broke or anything like that. They're perfectly vacuum sealed and ready to go for when I want to eat them. I'm definitely enjoying these bags from OutOfAir. This time, chicken wings. Normally I do all my shopping on Monday, and these have 2 days before the use by date. So what I'll do is vacuum seal them, put them in the freezer, and take them out Friday night to use Saturday night in my smoker. For the chicken wings, I'll use the 11-inch bags. Pull out what I think is necessary and tear them away. I really like that cutter. That makes it so hassle-free. Load them up in the bag. That should work out rather nicely. Away we go. There we go. Great double seal. Everything is packed so nice and tight. With that, let's go back up top and I'll close this out. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I showed you several examples of what you could do with vacuum sealing. And I also want to mention OutOfAir sent me these 25-foot rolls. Normally they would fit inside the machine. However, my machine cannot accommodate 25-foot rolls. There are other food saver type products and whatnot, name brand or not, that will fit these rolls. But I think the limit for mine is like 10 feet or something like that. Nonetheless, I will still use these just separately, and my machine has a cutter built into it. So when the roll gets down small enough, then I'll put it into the machine. If you don't already have a vacuum sealer, I highly recommend getting one because there are lots of benefits. You could simplify meal preparation by cooking things ahead of time and freezing them, and then all you have to do is reheat them. It makes storage much easier. You could write on them whatever date and contents are in the bag, and cleanup is a breeze. And as I mentioned, you could cook your food ahead of time. That'll save you time on repetitive tasks of having to cook something the night before you go to work or you want to have dinner. You could do it all, say, over the weekend and store everything, and that way it's super easy to get your meals going. And because you could write on them, it makes organization a breeze. You could put them in the freezer, you could organize it in stacks or side by side, that kind of thing. You could use these bags not only for perishable items, but you can use them for non-perishable items like cookies. Well, I did show you that in the example. And that way you could just keep them out either on your kitchen table or in your pantry and have everything date coded, and the contents, well, you'll probably be able to see what's inside them. But nonetheless, they give you lots of room to do that. So you'll feel a lot less stressed if you get everything prepared ahead of time. That way, you don't do it the night of when you're going to have dinner. You have it already made. You just pop it in your oven, maybe your microwave, or in my case, my pellet grill. I love using that thing as an oven. That'll free up your time of having to prepare the night of to do other activities. I will say that the bags by OutOfAir are top-notch quality. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I have purchased other bags over the years, and they just don't hold water compared to this. I mean, not physically hold water, but they just don't stack up. These are thicker bags, better quality, and at a good price. Make sure to use the link in my description. That way they can keep track of which purchases came from my video, and I believe they're going to offer a coupon code for you guys, my subscribers. Check in my description. I will have all the info there once I get it all together. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you use a vacuum sealer, I mean, like, who doesn't have one these days? Check out OutOfAir. And with that, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop me a line down below. I thoroughly enjoy hearing from you. And until next time, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me, I'm KJ Andy O, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.